Gold Boys community? I'm Eytan from Odd Shopper. If you can, right away hit that thumbs up button. We appreciate it here. Now, we want you part of this massive community. I'll tell you all about that down the line. Let me do something for you first. Let's hit an NBA parlay, shall we? All right, we've got a 3-leg, 2 in the first, 1 in the second super parlay that we're going to run on Caesars. Now, with that said, let's start with the side. At least when it comes to the Knicks and the Pacers, this one seems just a tad off. It's at 217. Shop. Make sure you're getting the best price. 217.5 is out there. I just don't want you getting bit by the hook. I don't think you'll have to worry about that, to be honest, with either one of these. This is a total that's reflecting, I think, far more what we saw with the Knicks in the Sixers series than anything else. The Pacers were still comfortable pushing it a little bit, and maybe there is this expectation that now playing a team that has their best player or two out there, minus Julius Randle, of course, unlike Milwaukee, the Pacers will, all of a sudden slow down even more? I don't get it. I don't know why there is this block in people's head, this mental block that Tom Thibodeau, New York Knicks, means slowing this thing down to a snail's pace. The reality is both of these teams played far over the 217 total in the regular season. The Knicks have been smashing over this total as of recent, including, mind you, the first round of the playoffs. And the Pacers score more points per game than anybody. So where is this belief now all of a sudden that the Indiana Pacers and the Knicks are going to slow their horses down? Sorry for the Derby reference. Just because it's the playoffs? Just because it's the second round? I don't see it. In fact, I think both teams are looking to push the tempo. Neither one of these teams want to take a risk. First off, with the Knicks, you're basically 6.5 deep. And with the Pacers, you can't afford to have certain guys in foul trouble. You can't afford to go half court either and allow Jalen Brunson to just dictate and dominate. Number one leg over 217 on Caesars. All right, this is what we have here on Odd Shopper. And this jumped out for me because you can pretty much take your pick. Since we're on Caesars, we're going to run the PRA. And that's what I love about Caesars is that you can't, unlike places, FanDuel, you can't DK, you can't parlay or even same game parlay PRAs. Well, I don't know. Go find somebody here on GoldBoys. Ryan Props, go get his Caesars link. Somebody here on GoldBoys has a link for you to sign up at Caesars. Track them down in the Discord. You're not in the Discord? Well, make sure you sign up. Make sure you're subscribed here and jump in. But you'll get a Caesars link, I promise you, from somebody at GoldBoys. And I would start with Finesse. Start with somebody like that. Who knows, right? I don't want to single somebody out. I'm going to get a message from Finesse now on the show that we do on Wednesdays. Yo, man, you hook Ryan up. He'll do the shout, but, we'll do the show together. Just ask, all right? You'll be directed. Go to JD. He'll direct you to somebody. All right, now, PRA under 12.5 point rebounds and assists at minus 104 on Caesars. You can tell we're edging out Hard Rock, MGM. It's a really good number here. From a plus EV, at least market-based approach, it's a really good number. Here's the thing, too. We just don't know how truly hurt Mitchell Robinson is. And while this thing took its time across 6 games with the Philadelphia 76ers, Robinson was pretty hurt, significantly hurt, leaving a game in which he was grabbed by Embiid. I mean, it was ugly. So we've identified here, A, a fantastic price thanks to Odd Shopper, and B, something that makes sense because the pacing might simply be too much for Mitchell Robinson, all banged and hobbled up. With that said, even when healthy, I think this is a struggle to get there because of just the front court with Indiana and how fast things go and the scoring, the up-tempo scoring there. You're not going to slow things down if you're New York just to get Mitchell Robinson more involved here. Not even on the injury report. I don't buy it. I don't buy it one freaking bit. We're going to see minimal minutes from Robinson, and that's why I want to jump on the under 12.5. All right? You can jump on Odd Shopper. I just showed you 50% off with code LIVE. So we have a link below. Our pal Straight here cutting this thing up has put that link in there. You can click it. You can sign up first week, first month. It's up to you. It doesn't matter. And you can just sniff around, see what's going on here on Odd Shopper. Use code LIVE on checkout. All right, final play for us here. Under 22.5 points for Jamal Murray. Look, I don't know what's going to go down in this game. Denver has massive revenge at hand. They have a plan for the Twin Towers up front in Gobert and Cat. But the reality is, one thing we do know, and that's what I love talking about. Like, what do we know? What do we don't know? What do we know? Jamal Murray's hurt. Jamal Murray is absolutely hurt. And the Minnesota Timberwolves were able to do a number on him in the first half. And Murray played a lot of minutes. Not as many minutes as we're used to, and I think that's also indicative of the injury. So we're talking about a guy who has to be on the floor during clutch minutes, may see a reduced amount of minutes throughout the game just to make sure that he's out there. Because in the final 4 minutes or so, if this thing is tight, they're going to need a bucket. They're going to need something from Murray. If you've burned him out in the second quarter or first three of the third quarter, what have you, there's a higher chance the hammy starts to tighten a little bit. And we're talking about a situation here where Jamal Murray is further banged up, further hurt. I don't think Mike Malone or the organization is that irresponsible, but I think it factors into how much we see him on the floor. We just saw that in game one, and I think it's going to pick up. He's not going to be magically healed all of a sudden. We'll fade Jamal Murray's points total here and get a nice, juicy number north of plus 550. Essentially on Caesars, what we've done is taken into account the total in the Pacers-Knicks game. Love going over there. We've also looked at Mitchell Robinson, who I don't believe is 100% healthy. You're not selling me on that nonsense. The pacing and the tempo of this game alone, since we've gone over, should help correlate into him staying under his PRA. And then finally, as you just saw, we go under the 22.5 for Jamal Murray. I know it's a lower number, but we're expecting lower contributions, at least until the Final Four. He ain't going to drop 15 in 4 minutes, so we'll be comfortable at that. Make sure you subscribe here to the GoldBoys community. Simple quest, right? That's it. Just a simple request to sign up here and be part of what we're doing. Head on over to goldboys.com. I'm at Shander Betts if you want to follow me on Twitter, and we'll see you on Thursday.